being captain of one club, telling its supporters you are staying, and then appearing in the shirt of the enemy. In football, changing clubs is normal. Crossing a rivalry is different. One signature can erase years of loyalty and turn a former hero into the most hated player in a city. Today, we are counting down 10 footballers who represented some of the biggest rival clubs in the game. Some crossed the divide directly. Others took a longer route, but the reaction was just as intense. And at number 1 is the transfer that produced one of the most hostile stadium welcomes football has ever seen. Welcome to Peak Selects. Let's begin. Number 10, Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Hakan Çalhanoğlu spent 4 seasons with AC Milan, but when his contract expired in 2021, he remained in the same city and joined Inter for free. There was no long separation and no foreign club between them. One season he was playing in red and black, the next, he was wearing blue and black in the same stadium. His first derby as an Inter player made the story even more personal. Çalhanoğlu won and converted an early penalty against his former club. He later developed into the deep-lying controller of Inter's midfield. Milan supporters saw a defection. Inter supporters saw a major player taken from their closest rival without a transfer fee. Number 9, Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole was more than an Arsenal player. He came through the academy, became one of Europe's best left-backs and played a major role in the Invincibles season. But contract negotiations damaged his relationship with the club, and Chelsea's approach created a major controversy. In 2006, Cole moved to Stamford Bridge in a deal that sent William Gallas the other way. Arsenal supporters saw a homegrown champion joining the London club challenging them for trophies. Chelsea supporters quickly accepted him because his performances remained elite. Cole won another Premier League title, 4 FA Cups and the 2012 Champions League in blue. Arsenal fans never forgot the departure, but Cole proved he had crossed the rivalry while still at the top of his game. Number 8, Andrea Pirlo. Andrea Pirlo is remembered as an AC Milan legend, but his first major club in the city was Inter. He arrived in 1998 as a gifted attacking midfielder, yet strong competition and several loan spells prevented him from securing a permanent place. Pirlo crossed to Milan in 2001, and the move transformed his career. Used as a deep playmaker, he became the calm controller of an elite midfield. During 10 seasons in red and black, he won 2 Serie A titles and 2 Champions League trophies. Inter had possessed the talent, but Milan unlocked it. Few moves across the same city have ever looked more painful in hindsight. Number 7, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan Ibrahimovic did not move directly from Inter to Milan, but he became a champion on both sides of the Derby della Madonnina. He joined Inter in 2006 and led the attack during 3 consecutive Serie A title-winning seasons. After 1 year at Barcelona, Zlatan returned to the city wearing Milan's red and black. His impact was immediate. Milan won the 2010-11 Scudetto, ending Inter's run as champions. Years later, he returned for another spell and became an experienced leader in a second Milan title-winning squad. Both sets of supporters knew exactly how decisive he could be because he had delivered championships to each of them. Number 6, Carlos Tevez. Carlos Tevez became a Manchester United fan favorite through his relentless style. During 2 seasons at Old Trafford, he helped United win 2 Premier League titles and the 2008 Champions League. In 2009, Tevez stayed in Manchester and joined City, who were trying to challenge United's control of English football. City made the rivalry impossible to ignore with the famous, "Welcome to Manchester" billboard. Tevez backed up the publicity. He became captain, won the Premier League Golden Boot and helped City lift the 2011 FA Cup, ending a 35-year wait for a major trophy. He was also part of the squad that won the 2012 Premier League title. His move became a symbol of the balance of power beginning to shift in Manchester. Number 5, Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique spent 5 seasons at Real Madrid, winning La Liga and the Copa del Rey. When his contract expired in 1996, he crossed Spanish football's biggest rivalry and joined Barcelona for free. Barca supporters were initially suspicious of a player who had spent years in white, but Luis Enrique earned their trust through his intensity and versatility. He stayed for 8 seasons, scored against Real Madrid, celebrated openly and eventually captained Barcelona. His connection continued after retirement when he returned as manager and led the club to the 2015 treble. Few players have changed their identity inside a rivalry so completely. Number 4, Michael Laudrup. Michael Laudrup was one of the artists of Johan Cruyff's Barcelona dream team. His vision helped Barca win 4 consecutive league titles and the club's first European Cup. By 1994, his relationship with Cruyff had deteriorated, and Laudrup signed directly for Real Madrid. In his first season, he helped Real win La Liga, giving him 5 consecutive Spanish league titles across the two rivals. He also owns a remarkable piece of Clásico history. Laudrup played in Barcelona's 5-0 victory over Real Madrid in 1994, then represented Real in their 5-0 victory over Barcelona 1 year later. He did not merely wear both shirts, he stood at the center of 2 opposite humiliations. Number 3, Sol Campbell. Sol Campbell came through Tottenham's system, became club captain and led their defense. Supporters believed he represented the identity of Spurs. Then his contract expired in 2001. Campbell had suggested he would stay, but instead appeared at an Arsenal press conference and joined Tottenham's North London rival for free. Even journalists in the room had expected Arsenal to announce somebody else. For Spurs fans, this was not a normal departure. Their captain had joined the enemy without the club receiving a transfer fee. On the pitch, Campbell won the league and FA Cup double in his first Arsenal season, became an invincible 2 years later and scored in the 2006 Champions League final. The transfer remains one of English football's deepest rivalry wounds. Number 2, Ronaldo Nazario. Ronaldo Nazario represented both sides of 2 enormous rivalries. His only Barcelona season was extraordinary, 47 goals in 49 official matches. Contract problems took him to Inter, where injuries interrupted some of his best years without erasing his superstar status. After leading Brazil to the 2002 World Cup, Ronaldo joined Real Madrid and became a Galactico. Then, in 2007, he returned to Milan, but signed for AC Milan instead of Inter. Ronaldo therefore played for Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter and Milan, 4 historic giants divided into 2 bitter rivalries. No other player on this list crossed 2 separate divides with the same level of global fame. Number 1, Luis Figo. Luis Figo's transfer remains the defining act of betrayal in modern football. By 2000, he was a Barcelona leader, a fan favorite and one of the world's best players. Then Real Madrid presidential candidate Florentino Perez promised to sign him if he won the election. Perez won, Madrid triggered Figo's release clause, and the Portuguese star moved directly from Barcelona for a then world record fee of about €62 million. Barca supporters believed one of their leaders had abandoned them for their greatest enemy. His returns to Camp Nou became scenes of pure hostility. During the infamous 2002 Clásico, objects were thrown toward the pitch and a pig's head landed near the corner area. That image became the symbol of the transfer. Figo still succeeded in Madrid, winning 2 league titles and the Champions League. But the anger in Barcelona never disappeared. More than 2 decades later, his move remains the standard against which every football betrayal is measured. Which crossover was the most shocking? Figo to Real Madrid, Campbell to Arsenal, or Tevez to Manchester City? Thanks for watching Peak Selects. Subscribe to the channel for more football stories, rankings and forgotten moments.